Alright, big day. The electricians came, they got a lot more work done. So you can see all the outlets are finished now. The trim is installed and painted, as are the walls of the foyer. Here's the power outlets for the eventual lighted movie theater posters there and there. And then let's go down further here. Get some of the lights turned on down there. You see they finally have stairs in here too, but no carpet. The carpet's been delayed. It's kind of a bummer, but just an extra week. Here's another little fake ticket booth opening that's eventually going to be framed in. They now have everything framed in here and painted and trimmed. There is an additional light above the rack there. It comes in like that. That will illuminate everything there. That back in there will have a light, as you can see up in there, that is turned on by a separate switch in this closet here. So that's a little access panel. There's going to be a door there. Then you're going to flip that switch, and then that'll bring that light back on. I just showed you. This will be access to the back of the racks. There's the power for the 220 volt line, power link for the projector part here going up to the projector box, and then the other 20 amp circuits. This will eventually be covered up by a door, so that this will be airtight here, so that all the air goes in through the rack and up and out that way. And they finally got the dusty yet functional graphic eye installed today, as you can see. They just started messing with it today. I haven't had a chance to mess with it too much or program it, but it's got 6 zones, and they've got a couple of them programmed, but like I said, I haven't messed with it too much. And this is just the box covering for the all the wiring I had to do for that. And then we'll go ahead and do zone number 3, I believe is the lights for the theater. And they also got the sconces installed today. So here are the sconces I picked out. It looks brighter on the screen, I don't know if it looks on here, but the sconces are all installed, as are a lot of the fabric. Let me turn off the lights out here to hopefully drown down some of the lights in here. Go back up the top of the stairs. There we go. And then we'll also turn off this light here to give it the full effect. So the theater door is not on yet, but the door would be right here. And then here's the entry into the theater here, with the walls and the sconces on kind of medium here. And then you have the top of these columns finished. This area up here is actually finished, as you can see, with the GOM underneath the soffit and all the crown on the top of the fabric, on top of the columns there, with another sconce and another sconce, and then the rest of the sconces around the room are getting there. They've got the the grills installed up for the HVAC up there, and then the one on the other side too. They're working from the front back up there. All this is all in, and it's harder to see because it's kind of dark in here right now. And then they got the lighting up along the front of the screen as well. That's all been painted on the screen part and covered with GOM and acoustic stuff underneath that. And then here's the projector box they're building. That's going to sit up there eventually. And you can see they kind of made a two-tone thing. The top of it is going to be stained plywood like the rest of it, and the bottom of it will be cloth covered to kind of go along with that being wood up there, then cloth below it. And there's the hole for it. They'll have some optical glass they put in there. And there'll be kind of a hole there for air intake, and another thing here for the electrical, and another hole up there, and then there'll be a vent that goes up and out this column here for the air exit. That's just a simple power box up there for the projector plug that we saw in the other room. Let me see if I can go in here and turn up the lights in the theater a little bit. I haven't had a chance to play this too much, so give me a little time. That is dimmer. I don't know what all on is. That might be all on. That's the brightest setting. I think that's everything on now. Okay, you get a better idea of everything being on here. And then here's a little light for the equipment room there. And so now you have a better idea of the lighting up there. Also, they have done. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but there is rope lighting that's glowing up there. I haven't figured out yet how to isolate that and turn it on the graphic eye, because I've literally seen it for about 5 minutes before I filmed this. But they have all the lighting spot in the coffered ceiling, like I talked about before. They drilled in there, put can lights inside that part. That's all done, and this is basically full lights on in the room. All the sconces are there. Those are 2 light sconces. There's 2 60-watt bulbs in each of those, and there's 6 of them around the room between the columns on the back wall. And this is pretty much at the max lighting. They're getting pretty close to being done. I think only about 2 or 3 more days, and they'll have the construction part done, and then they'll have the rest of the equipment part that I need to do. So the carpet was delayed. It's supposed to be here this week. It's not going to be here until next week. It's kind of a bummer, but otherwise it's doing okay. But all the electrical is done and functional, and everything else is pretty much good to go. They got outlets inside the columns for code regulations, but I didn't necessarily need them on the outside, so I told them just to hide them there, because these are removable panels eventually anyway. Plus we'll have some outlets right there and there for the seats, and if I need to vacuum or something, I can just pull the seats out and plug in the light there. So that's it right now. It's pretty close to being finished. I probably won't film again until I have everything finished, including the screen and the carpet and everything. I'll take a video of the speakers and subs once those are here. They do still have to build the shelves here and there and all the columns for the subwoofers and the speakers, but getting pretty darn close. So a lot of steps since I last filmed this, because I was on vacation and they worked for close to a week without me filming this, but they're really getting close to being done. And so I don't know how well the rope lighting shows up there, but maybe when I figure out the graphic eye a little better and figure out how they have all the zones programmed, I'll try and get one with just the rope lighting, because the rope lighting itself puts off a decent amount of light independent of all the other things. So that's it. Oh yeah, this is an example of the carpet we're going to use on the floor. It's just slid under the trim right now. It's just a sample, and that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to take some additional videos. I figured out how to do just each zone. So here's just the front zone lights on at full only. Decent amount of light. You see the 4 lights up there. Alright, here's just the rope lights on. You can see it's pretty good glowing effect. These are the rope lights on max and nothing else. It's pretty dark the rest of the room, as you can see, but it provides a pretty good amount of light with just the rope lights. And that's not even including the soffit rope lights yet either. Pretty cool.